Be Me, 28, feminist author and journalist in San Francisco. Just finished writing expose about toxic masculinity and dating. Spent 8 months interviewing women about their horrible dating experiences. Every story confirmed my thesis. Men are predators who only want sex. Planning follow-up book about how dating apps enable male manipulation. Editor loves the angle, wants more dirt on men's true nature. Book proposal gets picked up by major publisher. They want me to go deeper, get inside men's heads. Suggest I create fake male dating profiles to expose their tactics. Also interview pickup artists and men's rights activists. Show the world what men really think when women aren't listening. Start with dating app experiment. Create profiles as average-looking guys in different cities. Use normal photos, honest bios, no red flags. Planning to document all the matches and messages I get. Expecting to be overwhelmed by desperate women. First shock, barely any matches. Profile in Austin gets 3 matches in first week. 2 don't respond. 1 says, hey, then ghosts. Meanwhile, my female profile gets 500 plus likes in 1 day. This isn't what I expected at all. Try different approaches with male profiles. Professional photos, witty bios, interesting hobbies. Still getting maybe 1 to 2 matches per week. Most conversations die after a few messages. Women seem bored or annoyed by basic attempts at conversation. 1 match actually agrees to meet for coffee. I'm catfishing as Jake, 29, graphic designer. Show up as myself, claiming to be Jake's journalist friend. Woman immediately asks where Jake is, seems disappointed. Admits she was only interested because of his photos. Start documenting these experiences for my expose. But data doesn't match my hypothesis about male privilege. These men seem to be struggling, not drowning in options. Maybe I need to dig deeper into their psychology. Find the manipulation hiding beneath the desperation. Join online forums where men discuss dating, expecting to find pickup artist tactics and objectification. Instead, finding support groups for chronically rejected men. They're sharing advice about handling depression and loneliness. Most posts are about suicide ideation, not sexual conquest. 1 thread breaks my preconceptions completely. Guy asks for help writing dating profile after 6 months, no matches. Shows his photos. Normal looking, smiling, well-dressed. Bio mentions his job as pediatric nurse, love of hiking, cooking. Comments are genuinely trying to help him improve. Read his post history out of curiosity. He's 26, never had girlfriend, considers himself genetic failure. Volunteers at animal shelter, close with his family. Saves money to help pay his mom's medical bills. This doesn't sound like predator I expected to find. Another post from different guy, 31, recently divorced. Wife left him for coworker, took kids and house. He's working 2 jobs to pay child support and alimony. Hasn't been on date in 2 years, convinced no one will want him. Just looking for companionship, not even sex. Start reading more carefully instead of searching for ammunition. These men aren't plotting to manipulate women. They're sharing genuine vulnerability about crushing loneliness. Many haven't had physical affection in years. Some talking about ending their lives over romantic isolation. Find thread about dating app statistics. Average man gets 1 to 2 matches per week. Most don't respond. Women swipe right on only 4.5% of male profiles. Men spend average $300 per month on dating apps for minimal results. Success rate for average guys is basically 0. 1 user breaks down the economics. He spent $2,400 this year on premium features across apps. Got 23 total matches, 8 conversations, 2 dates. Both women ghosted after first meeting. Now he's broke and more depressed than when he started. Another shares spreadsheet tracking his dating efforts. Greater than 400 right swipes, 6 matches, 2 responses, 0 dates. Each interaction calculated cost of $67 in-app fees. Says he's giving up and focusing on work instead. Multiple men relate to his experience exactly. Start realizing my female dating experience is completely different universe. I get matches instantly, choose from dozens of options. Can be picky about height, income, looks, personality. Men are grateful just to get responses to their messages. The power dynamic is opposite of what I believed. Decide to interview pickup artist for expose. Meet Tyler, 35, runs dating coaching business. Expecting to find misogynistic predator teaching manipulation. Instead, find burned-out guy trying to help hopeless men. Most clients are virgins or guys who haven't dated in years. Tyler shows me typical client intake forms. Engineers, teachers, accountants, medical students. Ages 24 to 45. Most never had long-term relationship. Common issues: social anxiety, low self-esteem, zero dating experience. Not entitled fuckboys, just lonely men seeking basic connection. His coaching isn't about manipulation techniques. It's confidence building, conversation skills, basic hygiene. Teaching men how to talk to women without being creepy. Most graduates just want girlfriend, not casual hookups. Success rate is still only about 20%. Tyler admits the industry preys on male desperation. Guys spend thousands on courses promising easy solutions. Most methods don't work because underlying problem isn't fixable. Dating market is just brutal for average men. He feels guilty taking money from hopeless cases. Ask him about toxic masculinity in dating. He laughs bitterly. What masculinity? These guys are broken. Says modern men have been taught their natural instincts are evil. They're terrified of approaching women or showing interest. Paralyzed by fear of being labeled creepy or predatory. Shows me success story testimonials from clients. Men celebrating their first kiss at age 28. Guys grateful to finally hold someone's hand. First relationship at 34 described as miracle. These aren't players, they're just humans wanting love. Start interviewing men's rights activists for book. Expecting angry incels blaming women for their failures. Instead, meeting divorced fathers fighting for custody rights. Men who lost everything in family court. Their anger seems justified based on stories they share. One activist lost house, kids, and business in divorce. Ex-wife cheated, but still got primary custody. He pays $4,000 monthly while living in studio apartment. Sees kids every other weekend, they barely know him. Now advocates for fathers' rights and divorce reform. Another runs support group for male suicide prevention. Lost his son to suicide after brutal divorce proceedings. Kid couldn't handle losing his children and financial ruin. Support group has 200+ members, growing every month. All men destroyed by family court system. These aren't misogynists hating women. They're trauma survivors trying to help other men. Sharing resources about mental health and legal rights. Warning younger guys about marriage and divorce risks. Their toxicity seems like reasonable self-preservation. Interview female dating coach to balance perspective. She confirms everything I've been discovering. Says 80% of her female clients have unrealistic standards. Want men who are tall, rich, handsome, and emotionally available. But only 2% of men meet those requirements. She shows me client wish lists. Women demanding partners make $150,000 plus, be over 6 feet tall, have graduate degrees, six-pack abs, own homes. Also be feminist allies who worship the ground they walk on. Meanwhile, these women bring debt, baggage, and attitude. Female coach admits she lies to clients about market realities. Tells them they deserve everything on their list, but privately knows they'll die alone with those standards. Business model depends on keeping women delusional. Truth would destroy her income stream. Start questioning my own dating standards. Realize I've been rejecting perfectly good men for minor flaws. Height requirements, income thresholds, arbitrary preferences. How many great guys did I dismiss for superficial reasons? Maybe I'm part of the problem I'm supposedly exposing. Look back at my dating history with new perspective. All my bad experiences were with top-tier attractive men. The players and commitment phobes women complain about. Meanwhile, I ignored kind, stable guys as not exciting enough. Then blamed all men for behavior of the few I chose. Realize I need to completely rewrite my book. Can't expose toxic masculinity that doesn't exist. These men aren't predators, they're victims of a dating market that treats them as disposable, and a culture that demonizes their basic human needs. Publisher refuses to let me change direction. Says male victimhood doesn't sell to female audience. Women want validation that men are terrible, not complex truth about dating market dynamics. Market research shows controversy sells better than nuance. Decide to write honest book anyway. Find different publisher. New title: The Invisible Men. What Women Don't Know About Modern Dating. Document everything I discovered about male experiences. Challenge women to examine their own role in dating problems. Argue for empathy instead of endless male bashing. Feminist friends turn on me immediately. Called pick-me and male-identified traitor. Speaking engagements canceled, social media followers drop. But I can't unknow what I learned. Men's pain is real and worthy of acknowledgement. Book gets published by smaller press. Initial sales are weak, feminist media ignores it. But word spreads through male-dominated spaces. Men sharing it widely, grateful for fair representation. Finally, someone listened to their side of story. Reviews from men are heartbreaking, thanking me for seeing their humanity, saying they felt invisible until reading my book. Multiple guys credit it with preventing suicide attempts. Their gratitude is worth more than bestseller status. Some women readers have breakthroughs too, admitting they never considered male perspective before, sharing stories of reconciling with ex-boyfriends they misjudged, lowering standards and finding happiness with good enough men, choosing love over perfectionist checklist requirements. Get invited to speak at men's mental health conferences. Audiences are grateful but also heartbroken. These men have been suffering in silence for years. Society told them their struggles don't matter. Finally, having their experiences validated brings grown men to tears. One speech at university causes controversy. Female students protest, claiming I'm promoting misogyny. But male students pack the auditorium, many sharing stories of dating trauma and depression. Some haven't been touched by another human in years. Realize the surprising truth I discovered. Men aren't privileged oppressors in dating. They're desperate, lonely, and increasingly hopeless. Modern dating culture has utterly failed them. While society mocks their suffering as entitlement, most men just want what women want, love and connection. But they're playing dating game on impossible difficulty. Rejected constantly, blamed for their loneliness. Told their desires are toxic and problematic. No wonder suicide rates are skyrocketing. Women complain about, where have all the good men gone? But good men learn to protect themselves from a dating market that chews them up and spits them out. They're not gone, they're just hiding, waiting for culture that doesn't hate them for existing. Start advocating for empathy-based approach to gender relations. Instead of constant battle of men versus women, recognize that dating hurts everyone differently. Men face rejection and invisibility. Women face deception and objectification. Both sides suffering but talking past each other. Men need acknowledgement of their struggles. Women need safety from actual predators. But we've created a system where no one gets what they need, and everyone blames the other gender. The surprising truth about men and dating. They're not the enemy feminists painted them as. Just flawed humans trying to find connection. In system designed to crush their spirits. While society celebrates their failures. Most toxic masculinity is actually trauma response. Men acting out because they're in pain. Rejected, mocked, and dehumanized for decades. Then blamed when they become bitter or withdrawn. Maybe empathy would work better than more shaming. Current dating culture is unsustainable, creating armies of lonely, desperate people. Men giving up entirely, women aging into panic. Birth rates collapsing, relationships becoming extinct. Everyone losing in war nobody wanted to fight. Solution isn't to blame either gender more. It's to acknowledge everyone's humanity. Men deserve love despite their flaws. Women deserve safety while finding it. Maybe we can build something better together. My feminist journey led me to unexpected place. Defending the men I once saw as oppressors. Because their pain opened my eyes to how broken our dating culture has become and how much healing we all need. The surprising truth changed everything I believed about gender, dating, and what men really want. Turns out they want the same things we do. To be seen, chosen, and loved. Is that really too much to ask?